Hello, online crew, and welcome to today's live where I just wanted to have a little bit of a chat about TikTok. You're probably thinking, again, she's just done a boot camp on TikTok. Why does she need to talk about this again? Well, the reason that I want to talk about this is because I have done some training recently and the TikTok bootcamp, which some of you may have been party to and learnt a lot about TikTok through that. There's a lot of discussion around TikTok, not only because I've done training around it, but because of all the media hype around it and all the scare tactics that the media use with saying it's taking all your information and what they're doing with that information and where does it leave you and is TikTok going to be banned in the US particularly is what the TikTok has been in the courts for, all those kind of things. So I just wanted to have a chat to you about my opinion around this. Also, because it did come up in our Clubhouse discussion earlier this week. There are still people really confused about the platform of TikTok, what it means to you, should you be on it? There are people with very strong views about it because they get caught up on the fear of what's shared, in the media. So I wanted to give you 5 points of view and share that with you in today's video just to think about. Firstly, anybody listening, are you on the TikTok platform or catching the replay? I'd love to know whether you're pro TikTok, you're just learning TikTok, hate it, don't want a bar of it, scared of maybe if it does get banned and you've put all this effort in, like what are your thoughts around the platform TikTok and whether it's for you or not in your social media journey? So I'll share with you my 5 points in a minute, but something I will say is I've never seen a platform where there's been more opportunity for people to come out of absolutely nowhere and crush it on social media. What I love about the platform, before I get into the actual sort of topic of, if you're scared of it, what should you do, is that there are people that really don't have an established brand. They don't really have any influence, but they position themselves on TikTok. And there's a lot of people on TikTok that are just floating by, and you may not have got many results on the platform as yet, but you just never know when it's going to change because of the untapped organic reach or a video goes viral, things like that. It's happened to me twice on the platform. So once when my very first video, not sure if you've heard that story, but over 1 million views with my very first TikTok, untargeted audience, admittingly, not necessarily a good thing, but it happened. It went viral. And then last November, when I was promoting a product of such, that kind of went sort of mini viral, and I got more customers that I knew what to do with, initially. So, and you know what I love about that? It didn't matter who I was. It didn't matter, like all these years that I've built up my brand and my influence and all the training that I do. And some of you look at me and go, I don't know how Helen does all the things that she does. You could go on TikTok and not do any of that and just be as successful, if not more successful with customers than I have been. Now, is that something worth pursuing? I think so. So let's get into the nitty gritty though of, if you're scared of it and the media hype sort of around it. Just checking in. Hey, Cherie, how are you? Hi, Joanne. Can't hear you. I think that's just you, Joanne. Everybody else can seem to hear me okay. I'm on TikTok thanks to you, Helen, and I'm getting more attention than from Facebook. There you go. Hi, Susan. How are you? Great to see you on. I'm fine with it. I prefer to use it now. If it goes, at least I will have gotten benefit from it prior to. Yeah, so let's have a chat about that. Oh, one thing I will say, I was just looking, since I rebranded on TikTok, just a few weeks ago, I just looked at my numbers. I've had over 800 new followers in just a few weeks. I would never get that on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, if you get lucky, maybe. but over 800 new followers on TikTok in just a few weeks. So it's very unusual for other platforms to be able to match that. So as long as you keep up the consistency and everything that I taught you guys in the TikTok bootcamp about how to show up in your branding message and being consistent and all those kind of things, then there's no reason, like that's not fast. I'm just, I'm getting thousands of views pretty much most days, not every day. And with that, I'm growing followings. I'm having conversations, regular conversations. I'm getting new customers, all from the TikTok platform. Okay. But let's have a discussion around if you're scared of TikTok and, what if it did get banned? Firstly, no matter what social media platform you're on, there's always risk. There's risk everywhere. You don't own your Facebook. You don't own your Instagram. Those social media platforms, whatever social media platforms you're on, you don't own any of them, and they could be stripped from you at any point in time. It's no difference with TikTok. I've kind of mentioned this before as well regarding the security and all the data and stuff like that. Like it's, I don't believe, maybe you think I'm naive, but I don't believe it's as bad as what they're telling us with all the information that they're collecting. Because I actually, when I first went on the platform, clicked, you get that alert. Well, certainly if you're on an iPhone anyway, do you want, to be tracked? Do you want your data to be stored? And it's like, no. So, you do have choices within the platform as well as yours, with your security and your settings as well. But as I said, I think I said it on Clubhouse earlier this week, don't be disillusioned that Facebook is not tracking everything that you do as well. And I think I shared this example as well, is if you search something on Facebook, you're looking for something, then suddenly the next thing that you see when you open up your Facebook is ads to do with that very thing. Like they're tracking your activity anyway on all the other platforms. I just think because you've been on the platforms longer, sometimes we forget that they're tracking, just as much, as TikTok is as well. So, there's risk everywhere, no matter sort of what platform. Obviously, with TikTok being in court saying it's going to be banned, there's a potential for TikTok to be banned. The fear that comes from that, like, okay, what if I'm on the platform and it does get banned? What about all that, content that I've created, etc. So the second thing I'll mention is, so the first thing is there's risks everywhere with no matter what social media platform you're on. They're all collecting data from you. So don't just buy into the media hype that it's just a TikTok thing. It's not. It's every social media platform. So just realize that for starters, okay? Second thing, just get prepared to pivot. Protect your content. If you are doing videos on TikTok, repurpose them to Facebook Reels or Instagram Reels. Put them elsewhere. Store them on your camera roll. I've got all my videos since I've rebranded. They're all sitting on my camera roll. I could reuse them if I wanted to. Okay? So just, if that thought crossed your head, or let's say it did happen, TikTok got banned in the US, which I don't think it would, but let's say it did. Just, if you know that piece of information, get prepared and be prepared to pivot. And just protect your content. Don't be in a position where that content is nowhere else. That's why I often say to people, even on Facebook, is just start a YouTube channel, even if you're not wanting to promote a YouTube channel, but just download, or even if you've got the software to do it, go live in both places. Like I'm live on YouTube now, as well as Facebook and in my group, etc. But you can download your Facebook Live and upload it to YouTube. Why wouldn't you? To just let it sit there. So if anything happened to your Facebook, all your content that you've created over the weeks, months, years that you've been doing this is all sitting on another platform. So just, if you know that something is a risk, then just protect your content in some way. Don't have it that the only place that the video exists is on that platform. Because think about if you got to, lucky enough to get 100,000 followers and the platform did get banned and it's all gone overnight, where else have you got that data? If it's nowhere else, that's a little bit naive of you. Okay, so have a think about that. Number 3, The really important thing with any of this on any social media platform is to build a brand. Learn attraction marketing strategies and build a brand. When you build a brand on a platform, you can build a brand on another platform, or you can just pivot to another platform. So what stands behind your content is your brand. So do you know that? Do you know what you stand for? Do you know what you help people with? When you've got a brand that exists and a platform disappears or there's risks with the platform, you can just go to another platform because you've already got the brand. Okay? So it's not just random content here, there, on TikTok. There's not a lot of benefit in having 50,000 followers on TikTok for just random funny videos. Like, what are you there for? What are you there to monetize for? Like, build a brand, like work hard at establishing what it is that you stand for, who you help, and what problems you solve. And you can pivot that to any platform if need be. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, until it's an issue, don't make it an issue. Capitalize on what you've got in front of you. I'm definitely capitalizing on the following that I'm building, the people that I'm talking to, the customers that I'm getting. Until it's an issue, don't make it an issue. But just be aware of all the other things that I'm sharing with you, in this video about, be prepared to pivot, protect your content, all those kind of things. Take the opportunity while it's there. If you could get 10 customers, would that not be a good thing? 20 customers, 50 customers if you keep going before anything kind of happens, if and when it happens at all. Wouldn't you love 10 more customers? Like, utilize what you've got in front of you. So don't make it an issue until it's an issue. Okay. Number 5, I would always encourage anybody in this space, if you're sticking around for longer than 5 minutes, do yourself a favor and learn how to do email marketing. Even if initially it's not automated, but you're connecting with somebody on TikTok. We went through all of that in the boot camp, how to actually connect with people on TikTok. You could manually collect emails. Yep, I'd love to send you some information on that. Just email me the word whatever, energy, to this email address, so you're not asking them to put their email address publicly in the comments section of your video as such. But then once they email you, you've got their email address, and you can store those email addresses. So if anything happened to your TikTok account, you can email all those people and say, oh, just a heads up, my TikTok account has been banned, or my TikTok account is no longer, whatever, come and follow me over there. So you can very easily do that manually to start with if you're not versed enough, or you haven't, really got into email marketing. I don't want to, necessarily sway you all by saying, email marketing is something that you have to do, but it is definitely a way for you to protect yourself if something happened to the platform. Okay. So those of you that are scared of TikTok and you're not really sure whether it's going to be banned or not, my biggest advice to you is, yes, maybe it's not ideal that, there's certain data that's owned by the Chinese, government and things like that. And yes, it would be better if all the American data was sat in America, which is what, the creator of TikTok has said that they're going to do. If anything, it can make the platform better than it already is because of the risks that it's taken and, the reasons that it's in court. So onwards and upwards, I would say, for you, there's an opportunity here for you. So rather than live in fear, live in a place of opportunity and take it while it's in front of you. And if something does happen in the future with the platform, then just be prepared. Be prepared to pivot. Protect your content, like I shared earlier, so you can just pick up that content and repurpose it, elsewhere if need be. Okay. At the end of the day, it's just personal choice. So you make a decision that sits right with you. There's no right or wrong. There are plenty of other social media platforms, to put content out there and to build influence. And just on that, do you remember that interview that I had with Fernie last week? he's got that special offer of the event that's happening this weekend. It is in the description of this video, but that goes through all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of it, even YouTube. So if you want to sort of explore other platforms and learn how to attract people to you on those platforms, then that might be something that you would be good for you to join. Okay, so that's attractionmarketing.com/Helen, and that can give you the details of that event that's happening this weekend. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully this can be well, I guess it'll never be the end of the discussion, but I just did want to raise it again because it's come up a few times lately with all the media hype. I'm still on it. I'm going to stay on it. Hopefully, it will continue to thrive. And if anything, this kind of media hype and court appearances and stuff like that just forces the platform to secure your information even more. So I would encourage you to take the opportunity that's in front of you rather than live in fear. Okay, that's just my point of view. Everyone's got their different point of view, but that's just where I sit with it. And if you can get new customers that come out of nowhere, isn't that a good thing? So I do, as I said in the TikTok bootcamp, I do recommend majority of you, unless you've got a huge team that you can back that up with, on TikTok, is to go product based on TikTok rather than business based. Okay. So it's really good for sales on the TikTok platform. So great to see you here today listening to this. Don't remember, if you want to take advantage of Fernie's offer, just go to attractionmarketing.com/Helen, and I will see you guys next week for more great training. This is my last live video of the week, so I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I'll catch you next week.